How we doing, guys? Welcome to DT's Daily. It's Monday, which means we get to look back on what's happened over the weekend. And there's only one place and one team we're going to be talking about. And that's Real Madrid, because it's number 15 and Kylian Mbappe has agreed to join them.
How we doing, guys? Welcome to DT's Daily. That's right.
So, of course, it's Monday morning, and after a nice little break after the season's finished, I am back and raring to go. Now, DT's Daily will be on every single day, Monday to Friday, just like it used to be. And we're going to be talking about what is going on in football. Any transfers, potential transfers, likely moves, etc., whatever it may be. We will talk about it. And of course, we do have the Euros on the horizon. Now, where do we start? Real Madrid, 15. What is it about this football club and the Champions League? And you know what? They haven't had the greatest of Champions League campaigns. When you look at some of their performances, they've kind of scraped through at times. But they are Real Madrid. And for whatever reason and however they do it, they always seem to deal with it. Every single time. Even in this final, Borussia Dortmund will be kicking themselves because the game should have been over by half time. They had multiple chances to win this game. You know, hitting the post, going the wrong way round the goalkeeper when you're one-on-one, and they will be really, really kicking themselves because they won't have a better opportunity. And even when you're going at half-time 0-0, you're thinking to yourself, this is Real Madrid. They're not going to come out the same side. They're going to be completely different. And as it turns out, Borussia Dortmund was still the better side in the second half. Weren't as dominant and had those clear-cut chances as they did in the first, but they were still relatively comfortable, to be honest. And then 15 minutes to go, Real Madrid get a corner and they score. And the game completely changes. And I'm just there like, how? How does a team have so much luck in this competition? There is no greater team in the Champions League than Real Madrid. Here I am sitting here as an Arsenal fan, begging for one Champions League. And these greedy lot have taken 15, man. Come on. And then Vinicius goes and, seals it, finishes it off, whatever you want to call it, with 5 minutes or so to go. And I think that all but confirms him winning, the Ballon d'Or. And, mate, I just don't know what it is. They've won the domestic, trophy, and I'd say domestic double and whatever, because they won La Liga. Missed out on Copa del Rey. But yeah, it's just Real Madrid, man. They know what they need to do in these competitions. And when I was talking about how their performances were not that great in the competition, you look at the game against Man City, for example. And the one at the Etihad in particular, how on earth they didn't lose that game, I do not know. I know it went to penalties and it's a lottery and anything can happen, but during, that 90-minute period, Man City should have won that game comfortably. And even in the game against Bayern Munich, second leg, they're losing 1-0, they're going out, there's a couple of minutes to go. And then Manuel Neuer, of all people, who up to that point was having an unbelievable game, makes a catastrophic error. And it's just like, oh my God, out of nowhere, it's 1-1. And then before you can even think it's 2-1, it's like, what on earth is going on here? And this is why I say they haven't even been at their best, but they just know how to win. They know how to get the game done in the Champions League. It's absolutely insane. A lot of talk about Jude Bellingham, after the game. He had a really, really poor game. He's had a good season. First half, three quarters, maybe I would say, was exceptionally good. And when Real Madrid were really struggling with some injuries and whatnot, he really stepped up, scored some big goals. But I feel that in the Champions League and in these knockout stages, he hasn't really performed and he hasn't really had a good game. Maybe that's a little bit, of tiredness kicking in. I think we all forget that he's 20 years old. Me personally, I don't get the hype as much. And what I will say with that is that what he's doing at his age is unbelievable and he is a top level player. But when I say I don't get the hype that I'm seeing, is that I've seen some people comparing him to Zinedine Zidane. I've seen some people saying he should be winning the Ballon d'Or. Not for me. Not at the moment. You can't be comparing Bellingham to Zinedine Zidane. You can't be saying that he's winning the Ballon d'Or. Like, not yet. Maybe in a few years, and if he's consistently, performing and producing at a level for Real Madrid after 3, 4, 5 years, all day long. But he's 20 years old. Be interesting to see what happens at the Euros. I think he's going to be a big player for England. Like I said, I don't not like Bellingham. I just don't get the overhype, is what I would say. There are some people that overstep that mark, and there seems to be some real hatred for him, which I don't get, because he seems like a really lovely lad, and he's living his dream at the end of the day. 20 years old. I see his interview at the celebrations at when they were doing their trophy parade, and he gave his speech in Spanish. He's learnt that already. He's good. But yeah, listen, 15, it's just unbelievable, isn't it? But sticking with Real Madrid, Kylian Mbappe, it's been confirmed that he will be joining Real Madrid on a free transfer. It's just a joke, isn't it? Vinicius, Mbappe, Bellingham. Oh, no. Oh, they're going to be going for 16, aren't they? But it's kind of inevitable. We all knew it was going to happen. You can live that dream and think maybe he might come to the Premier League, and Arsenal and Liverpool's name was mentioned, and it was always going to Real Madrid, wasn't he? But I would like to have seen him come to the Premier League. I'd like to have seen him write his own legacy and his own story. And, if he went to an Arsenal or Liverpool, etc., that would automatically make them one of the favourites for the Champions League next season. And he could rewrite his own history and his own story. But at Real Madrid, I feel that he's just another fish in a big pond. Do you know what I mean? So, listen, fair play to him. He's a quality player. Be interesting to see what happens with him at the Euros with France, and whether he can fire them to success. Similar kind of thing when you look at England and you talk about Bellingham and everything else. But he's going to be making that move. So listen, there we go. That is it for today's DT's Daily. There's going to be loads to talk about this week. There's so many things. Possible new manager confirmed at Chelsea. What's going to happen with Erik ten Hag and everything else. And some interesting stuff to talk about. So listen, get ready for that tomorrow. We'll see what happens in the world of football. So if you're new around here, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you smash a like on this video, and I will see you lot soon. I'm out of here.